Meeting to order. Roll call, please. Well, you know what? This is the regular meeting of the Architectural Board Review, Village of Lake Bluff, for Tuesday, June 2nd. Now, roll call.
Okay. Member Dahlman.
Here.
Member Deegan.
Here.
Member Kerouac.
Here.
Member Strader.
Here.
Member Wicks.
Here.
And Chair Hunter.
Here.
And Member Cottrell is absent, but we have a quorum.
Good. And the minutes of our meeting last month. Any comments, corrections?
I move to pass as submitted.
Second. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All right, so moving right along, and we have
Let's
a,
announce that the Jawa item has been withdrawn, just in case anybody is here for that.
I was just gonna do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thanks. Sorry. Sorry to preempt you.
Okay, so anybody in the audience that's for something not on the agenda? And do we have anybody online?
There's nobody online.
Okay. All right, so first, next item is the consideration of sign permit for Coons Chevrolet at 1 Sherwood Terrace. I assume that's you.
Buddy.
Yeah, go up there and your name and,
My name is Matt Holly with Bright Light Sign. We're the sign company that's going to be installing the sign going up. There were two exchange signs on the building, one on the north elevation, one on the east elevation. Both those have already been removed and placed with temporary banners. We are looking to take down both banners and installing only on the east elevation a Kuhn's signage with the Chevy branding, their standard silver, blue faces. It's slightly taller by about 6 inches, but far shorter in length. And that's about it for that. If anyone has any questions?
just one side.
One sign, yes.
Okay. Okay. Sue, we're gonna start down there with you.
Okay, I didn't actually really examine it too carefully, but is it lit?
It will be illuminated, yes,
Okay.
LED.
Okay. I really don't have any questions. I think it looks good.
Okay.
Scott?
We're just looking at the Coons logo, right? Okay. What's it made of?
The siding, it will be, I believe it's like a brushed aluminum. The front blue is a Lexan plastic with vinyl blue over it. And then usually the backer of it is like an ACM plastic paneling. And it just gets mounted right to the wall, maybe with plastic spacers.
Okay.
But it's mostly aluminum.
I think it looks good.
Thank you.
I have no issues. It looks good. Thank you.
No issues.
I have one question on the, once you get the letters up there, they're internally lit. Are there any conduit or electrical boxes of any kind on the exterior?
Yes, on the exterior, no. Let me see if they're spaced off the wall. Nothing visible. So it looks like the letters are spaced off the wall about half an inch. So it wouldn't be exposed without standing under it and looking up. But yeah, we would use, EMC pipe going through the wall into a housing on the back of the wall inside the dealership. That would hold
That goes to each letter individually.
goes to each letter individually, nothing jumping from letter to letter on the outside.
I do see on one of the drawings, there's a box on the inside.
On the inside of the dealership. Yeah, that's what holds the driver for the power.
That's it.
Okay. I have no issue with it. I think it's fine. Don't remember what the other sign looked like. Anyway, so we need a motion.
I'll move the sign be approved as submitted.
This is to recommend to the village.
Oh, to recommend?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I recommend it.
Second.
Need a second?
Second.
Okay. Were you recommending, or are you just gonna? Okay,
Ready for,
yeah, roll call vote.
okay. Member Wicks,
Aye.
Member Stradiv,
Aye.
Member Kerouac,
Aye.
Member Deegan,
Aye.
Member Dolman,
Aye.
and Chair Hunter.
All right,
Okay, motion passes.
all right,
Right.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
So is Jawa gonna be back, or have they decided not to do the
They
project?
decided to more seriously look into doing those inside, doing new ones inside. They have an issue with the existing ones hanging from the ceiling inside, being in the way of maintenance
Yeah.
on pipes and stuff, but they're gonna look at
Maybe they got newer ones that
putting
are
new
smaller.
ones. Yeah, on the floor, possibly
Oh, on the floor,
inside
okay.
is what they're looking at now. So hopefully they can work that out and won't need them on the outside.
Okay,
We'll see.
Ken, you are up. So what we are looking at now is the,
Have you slept?
Green Bay Bridge that we dealt with the other night. And so Ken probably spent more time than he wanted over the weekend doing this. So have at it. We've pretty much got everything here, but,
And I can put the drawings up on the
Okay.
screen too.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're all pretty familiar at this point with this project, the location, and the components going into the design and all the work that's going with the bridge replacement.
Ken, can you put the microphone more in your,
Yeah, I'll lean into it. Okay,
our vast television audience
sure.
to be able to hear you?
So I believe you all have taken a look at the various options that we've come up with for the bridge, the latest. We've got 3 alternatives, all basically based on what we had discussed last Thursday. You know, hopefully this is closer to the mark of what we were hoping for. We've got the concrete form liner with the kind of the faux stone and cap, and then columns incorporated as part of that. So one aspect that we talked about on Thursday was just how offset the columns would be from the wall, and we can only go half an inch. It's because of when you think of a car hitting the wall, there is a kind of snag factor that goes into that. So the regulations are that it can't be more than half of an inch. So can't really get that sense of relief from the wall and the column that we were hoping for, but we can get a little bit. The other options show possibly a different option on how we can emphasize the columns a bit more. But in this case, we should be able to break the wall cap where the columns are, and just as long as there's like a 45-degree chamfer on the edge of that cap where it meets the column. And we're showing the lanterns on the top. We can take a look at the lanterns that are here at downtown, maybe better match those or come up with a different design. This is just kind of showing a placeholder for right now. And then they can be illuminated potentially, or just kind of remain decorative as well. And we've got the fence that goes up to 10 feet. We're showing having having spikes on the top, just a nice decorative element, also a deterrent for for anybody that might get a little adventurous. And then so in this, and we're also showing incorporating the historic bridge number and an informational historic plaque on one corner. Right now, that number is on the northwest side corner, or the edge of the bridge, and we'd probably keep it in that location as well. So just kind of trying to incorporate some of the historic aspect of the historic bridge in with the new bridge. If you go to the next slide. This is showing, there was a request to show an option with 4 columns, so that's what this is showing. and similar treatment with the columns and the wall breaking at the columns, and then having the lanterns on the 4 columns. I believe that's the only difference with this option. And if you go to the next one, this is incorporating 5 columns, maybe not having the lanterns on each one of the columns, maybe just in the middle and on the ends. And this would have a continuous wall cap and then having the column basically on top of the cap as part of that design. So just a little bit of a variation, just wanted to show some options as we approach kind of this final design as well. So that's primarily, yeah, so the column in each case is 3 feet wide as if you're looking at it straight on, and then the width of the wall itself is it's like 1 foot, 1'9", and then this case where we have the columns on top of the cap, it would be like 1'6" to kind of have an offset from the cap on the wall. Okay, so you can go to the next one then. So this is just showing, so this would all be concrete with the faux stone form liner. So there's a number of options we can look at in terms of the patterning and coloring for the concrete. This custom rock is kind of our preferred manufacturer for the form liners and also doing the installation. So we can look at how there can be different color variations within the stone patterning to give it, more of a realistic look as much as we can. We can have the contractor actually do a mock-up beforehand, so kind of approve as part of the approval process. Looking at what the patterning is and making sure they're getting the coloring and all that right. So they would actually go through and stain each individual stone to give it that variation as well.
Would the cap on our wall be poured as in the form liner, or is that a cast stone cap added afterwards?
It's part of the form liner process. So it's I believe they can do it all in one pour, but it's the way they assemble the form liners. They can get it all. It gets cast together. Like, for instance, the one on the bottom left there, like that's a actual poured cap on there, but you can get that kind of realistic, rock look, rock edge to the cap as well.
Okay.
So that's, I guess if we want to discuss anything or have any questions before we go to the roadside exhibit portion.
You want to deal with the bridge by itself? Let's deal with the bridge and then go to the roadside. Neil, what do you think? Good.
Well, two things. I like number 1. And I wonder of your options that you've got for the patterns. I like the one that you're showing right here, and I don't know if that's one of the options.
Probably the closest to that would be like the mini haha, which is that bottom left. It's not the pattern I'm showing on the 3D is not one of these exactly, but we could find something that's close to that. I would say probably the mini ha or the bear path.
I could live with that, and I'm not sure they have to be colored.
It's a little more rougher.
Like the one at
No, it's not
the
that.
Moffett
That's
Road
correct.
Bridge.
But that's what I would.
It's got patterns, but it's concrete. It's not colored.
It's just a uniform color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Ed?
I think the alternative one is probably the most appealing. It's less busy with, not introducing all the additional columns. And I think the ashlar masonry look is probably what I would prefer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
Um,
You want 9 columns.
No, I want 9. No, I don't want 9. I like the 2 columns. I was wondering though, is there, because it feels a little abrupt. I know it was a whole thing to go from this to the 10 feet. Is there any way to transition a smaller pier before, like stretching kind of that, where the 42-inch high wall that we have to have? Can we incorporate, say, a 6-foot pier within that, or does that can only be 42 inches across?
I think we could probably do that, as long as we're maintaining that 42
Right,
inch
yeah,
height somewhere. But
yeah.
yeah, we can look at incorporating something.
And then is there, with your fencing, is there a way to kind of arc from that 6 foot to the 10 with the fencing, create kind of an arc element to it?
Yes, for this type of bridge, it's different from the example that we were looking at in Waukegan. Like that's kind of an off-the-shelf, like prefabricated, like aluminum fence. For this, I think we'd want to go with a iron fence that's powder coated. We can get it fabricated in any sort of design that we want. So that scenario you're talking about would be more feasible than
I
doing
did
something
this.
off the shelf.
Suggesting adding more piers or just doing 4 but making
No,
it shorter?
2 on each end, yeah, so
2 on each
2 on
end, so
each
you-
end, so maybe a 6 and then the 10, and
Sure.
then having, I did a little silly sketch, but something,
Yeah,
like that. And maybe the lantern is on the 6 foot and not on the 10 to keep the overall height down.
okay.
And because it feels that once you see it, it just feels a little heavy, kind of that start point.
Let me see your sketch.
Do it
So
matching
basically it's that.
It's the, yeah, same exact same thing. Yeah.
But we're a committee.
But I appreciate just the effort. I mean, not the effort. I don't mean the hard work you put into this. I mean, from where we were the other day to this is amazing. So thank you for all that. I do feel, once you see it, that's why we do this.
Yeah.
I think it's a little, I've said my piece on that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Scott?
I love it. I think you did a great job. I actually prefer alternative 2 with the piers. But I actually like just the lanterns on the ends.
Okay.
So I prefer having some intermittent piers without all the lanterns. But other than that, I think it looks great. Oh, and I did recommend a lantern that I think would be perfect
Okay,
for the
great.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
bracelet killers.
Sue?
Okay, well, I wanted to just say, for the official record, that I learned at the charrette that last week that the engineers that were hired by the village were definitely aware of the historical significance of the bridge, and they have indeed looked at carefully incorporating them into the bridge, and because of the renovation in 1988, and the way that the trusses were cemented into the bridge deck, that there really wasn't a way, or isn't a way, to incorporate the old sort of bridge parts into this new bridge and still satisfy all the requirements. So I just wanted to get that on the record for anybody like me who was kind of attached to it, anybody out there in Lake Bluff who was saying, might be thinking, why didn't they? And I think you guys really tried, and it just isn't possible. So just
Thank you.
wanted to get that
good
out
idea.
there. I also think it looks good. I also think that I like the one with the additional columns. I think that the first one, while it is simple, I think that stretch of fence is, I prefer it to be broken up a little bit, but I also think that having the lanterns on the ends is kind of nice as a signifier. But I think that since it's spanning the entire ROI, not just where the bridge is now, I think that that expansive bridge is gonna be a lot longer than we think it might be.
Yeah.
That's me. I also agree, I think that, the cap design, when it comes, I think the lantern that Scott suggested, where it's kind of, the lantern's lifted up a bit and it kind of has like that neck, will help. But I sent Mike an image where they had the top of the pier and then there was set in another sort of cement pad. So it was kind of like the cap, and then it's sort of set in with another step, kind of, because I think that can kind of, if it's not a difficult thing to do.
Which,
If you go to the photos, sort of,
in the top, yeah.
a little bit, there. You see how it has the cap, and then it's sort of set in, there's another sort of pad? And then I think if then that transitioned to this sort of lantern, I think that would make a nice sort of transition rather than it just being flat and
Yep.
then lantern.
Yeah.
That's just a detail, but I think, so that's another sort of recommendation, but obviously we need to vote. But, and then I completely agree that because that column is so tall, that it is quite an abrupt transition. So I did a couple sketches of some different ideas for transitions, and I also like Matt's idea as well, but I think some way to transition from that 42-inch wall to the taller one, I think would be nice. So I did an A, and I also really liked in your photos, you showed one where the column was didn't have the stone treatment, it just was,
This one?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that might be nice in the sense that it would kind of marry with the cap. And also, because we can't, make it more proud of the flagstone, that maybe if it was a column like that, it would differentiate them
Yeah.
without having to have them come forward. I mean, maybe. I think it looks nice in the photo. So I did three different ones, two with sort of the, the kind of curved thing, and then that one just had the fence sort of trying to make a transition. What else? I think you answered my other question about the fencing itself, that it was gonna be iron. And so I noticed that the fence is pretty simple, which I don't think is bad, but if it's wrought iron, can it have more detail in it, or is that getting into an expensive thing? Like sometimes you see ones that have like circles, or, they're
Right.
more decorative because they're wrought iron. Is
Yeah.
that-
It will add some cost, but something like you're saying where there's a repeated pattern,
Yeah.
like the economies of scale, I guess,
Yeah.
get factored into it. So there's not as much fabrication with that. If we were to go crazy with,
Curls
swirls and
yeah.
all that, and, a lot of curves, then we're talking some additional expense. But we can definitely look at adding some kind of
Like
like
some
ornamentation.
Okay. And then the last thing I was thinking, which is like so minor, but maybe if we're doing a plaque that says something about the history of it, maybe we can incorporate on the top of the plaque or at the bottom, that little motif that was punched out of
All right.
the outriggers, somewhere, just as a little bit of a nod. I don't know. I mean, if that's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not crucial, and I'm probably the only one who'll drive by and go, oh, there it is, if that happens. But I think that pretty much. I like the idea that the stone can be colored. I think that's a really. I think that's
And I
really
think
nice.
it doesn't have, we don't have to go crazy with it. There can just be
Yeah.
slight variations that kind of help
Yeah.
create a little bit more of a natural feel
Right.
to it. You don't want to go too crazy and then it ends up looking really fake.
Yeah, exactly. But I like the fact that if you can color it, it looks different from the caps and things, I think that's nice. So, I think that's all my.
Okay. I have one more comment.
Oh, go ahead.
You have a number of different options, some of which you have the wall cap running through the pier, and in others you show the cap stopping on either side of the pier. I think, personally, I think it looks nicer to stop the cap on either side of the pier.
Okay.
My turn? Okay. Yeah, I prefer just the end pieces, not the sort of palatial entrance. That would, to me, it's like I'm on my way to Versailles when you have these things going all the way down the road there. So I think in Lake Bluff, less is more. So I'm looking at simple. It's a railroad bridge. So I like Matt's idea. I think that's a nice little transition piece as long as you can do it. I don't know what the height of the pier itself is. The one that you have, the tall one, is 6 feet, plus or minus.
The finished height would be like 11 feet.
I mean, from the
Oh, the wall height is 3.5 feet, and then another.
so I mean, however, how tall the other piece would be.
Yeah.
So that it is a meaningful step. I like the little top variation on the top. It's just a little detail that keeps it from being industrial looking. And you show the reveal on one side. Can it be on both sides of the pier as it comes down?
On the outside?
Yeah.
too? Yeah.
Okay.
Can it be more than a half an inch on the outside?
It could be, but I don't know if we'd want to.
Yeah. I'll sign it.
Shaky
I'll
your
center
head.
it.
Yeah, you gotta remember, this is a form liner. And we went through a lot of stuff on the Moffett Bridge with how to make some of those things happen. Anyway, another question is on the Waukegan Bridge, the 6-foot fence, or whatever that is there, comes down and there's a cover plate, there's a box that's gotta be like this, and it's kind of disruptive. And now it's at eyesight, almost at eye line. Can those things be anchored some other way, either inserts in the pour when it's done, and then you just...
Yeah, I think because this is going to be fabricated, like shop fabricated versus like off the shelf kind of fencing. So we can come up with something that is a little bit more attractive. I don't believe it can be inset into the concrete. I think it has to be mounted, but we can figure out a way to maybe lessen that footing portion, or have some sort of more decorative type of cover to it that is a bit more attractive and not as obtrusive.
It's kind of disruptive when every 6 feet or 8 feet you have this, whatever it is, 8-inch by 2-inch high box.
Sure.
And let's see. All right. I had a question, and I think I already know the answer. Is it possible to have a continuous little light band under that, between the cap and the stone, that really lights, just has a glow on the sidewalk, all the way from end to end?
There should be a way to do something like that that makes sense in relation to the cap. And I mean, there is the way the LED technology is now.
Things are that big.
They have little landscape lights that are brass that can tuck underneath.
You're talking about just a continuous
about-
Yeah,
line.
just
It's
like a rope,
Just
like that.
almost like a rope,
Yeah,
whether it's
but
brass
the
or
LED.
however, you wouldn't see it, all you see is the glow.
Yeah.
And I think that would be nice for the gentleman that was here the other night, and he was talking about, walking that bridge at night and walking in early in the morning. It's just a nice feel.
Yeah.
But yes, there's definitely ways to do that, especially when you have the cap and like you're saying, it's concealed. You're not seeing the fixture itself. You're only seeing the light
Yeah,
that's
what I
being
see is
emitted.
just the light.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but I do have a question about it. And that's, if you have the light strip, if I understand you right, going along here,
it would have to stop at the piers, but.
Yeah, how would you handle it at pier?
Well, the
and
piers
get it-
are only at the ends, so the whole.
Oh, only
that's
at the
another-
ends.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I like the ashlar. I think, again, simpler is better because it's a simple fence compared to where we started. And let's see, we haven't talked about what color it should be. Scott likes green, I like green. Doesn't seem like green is right, but I don't know, maybe we can discuss that.
What's green?
The fence?
The fence, the metal.
No, it's not.
Maybe it should be
Black is
black.
fine, yeah. I like black.
Okay,
There you
good.
go.
Everybody agree with that?
Yes. The lantern's probably gonna be black. I think it'll just be nice black.
Or,
Is there anything else you got enough to
Yeah.
go on?
I think we do.
But do you have enough to go on? Because we get 5 different votes here.
Have you got some, Jeff?
Yeah,
We would like to show the board this on Monday with some proper recommendation. And the only thing I'll say is the no fun guy is we do have 80/20 money from the federal government, but there is a limit to that, and we're going to go ask for more. So when we left our last meeting, I talked to Dan. I said, well, those columns, are they expensive? He said, well, you're getting off easy compared to custom metalwork. So today we're talking about, columns and custom metalwork, which we can certainly ask for federal money for. But if we don't get it all, then that's a board decision on how much funds we want to spend. So we're happy, I think, to go forward like that. But if we have to peel it back, I just would like to make sure you guys are aware and comfortable.
This is about
with
as
that.
simple a bridge as I can comprehend, compared to where we started.
Yeah, I agree. I just would like, I don't know, and maybe, was there a consensus on, we got a few different things we talked about. I think the columns before the larger columns, is that
Yeah.
what we want to
I
go
think
with?
there was,
And then only at the ends, nothing in the middle?
nothing in the middle,
And is that the transition then, the shorter column to the larger column?
it's the end.
Yeah.
Nothing else in between there?
With a curving fence in between.
The curving
The
fence,
top of the
okay.
fence curving.
With the iron fence?
It's our not so simple.
Does that make?
It's gonna be here for 100 years. It wants to be nice.
A meter, right?
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and not up high.
If you go over and like I said, beautiful bridges. I mean,
Yeah.
just because it's going over around,
I think that was what the
Yes,
consensus was, the not
Yeah.
Even
brick
more so.
columns.
The relief
the
column, the column that's not stone, but relief, yes, that was what,
Oh.
can we bring that up, Mike?
Sure.
I think this is page,
the crash column or whatever?
Well, I think what they're saying is not doing, well, let's see.
Like this one over on the right.
Yeah, not wrapping the columns or not forming the stone in the columns. Is that what we're
And
talking
then did
about?
we pick a form liner style? I heard a couple different votes on that too. I didn't know that we came to a
There was-
consensus on.
ashlar or the more of the bear path or the mini haha.
Are you asking us if we prefer the stone on the columns versus the
concrete?
concrete?
Yeah.
Stone.
Yeah, I think I like the,
You like stone?
I think I like the
I can go
stone.
either way.
I like stone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're both nice.
yeah,
It's too industrial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks more molded maybe.
yeah. So let's stick with the stone, I think we're saying
Yeah.
on the columns.
But let's break it like you showed and not have it continuous. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure.
already
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
wall
fence.
cap will stop
Yeah.
on either end of the
When,
pier.
with the chamfer that you mentioned,
Yeah.
The half
So-
inch reveal.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the pattern, was there consensus on that?
I like the ashlar, you like I don't know what the rest of you guys like. Again,
I guess
ashlar
I
is a
didn't
simpler.
really look at it.
Yeah.
What's
my-
on the Moffett?
My fear with the ashlar is that it almost looks like just a cut face CMU block. If you look at it like in the draw, it's hard to, because they're, I think I like a little bit more organic.
Don't like
but
this one, the bear path.
It's hard because you're getting prejudiced by the color more than the shape, because we can change the color.
Is the rustic ashlar maybe the happy medium?
I don't think it should look too rustic.
Yeah.
What is the
I
Moffett
think the
one?
color is.
Yeah,
the
what
do
is
that
the
one?
Moffett one?
Ashlar, it looks just like.
Moffett Bridge?
Because
looks
of the
nice.
color,
Yeah.
not so much.
I know, that's the, right.
And then, to be clear, Ken, this is
Color
only
on
on the
rustic
inside of the
ashlar.
bridge, it's not on the outside of the, or is it the same? On the
It would be
inside?
on the outside too.
So do you want the ashlar style, but dye it a little bit, add a little color variation to the?
Yeah, we
to the
don't want it
stone?
to look like.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Like
we
this.
just-
I think,
They can make it
I'm
look like
trying to
that.
remember what the
Yeah.
the Moffett Bridge was. It's kind of a yellowy thing.
yeah. I think, I like
Isn't it?
that.
When they do stonework?
When they do this,
Well, I think that's just cast.
but when they cast it, do they
So
cast
that's
it
the
around the
Moffett
column
one?
so that
Yeah.
it looks?
Oh.
Yeah,
like
that's-
asking? I do have a
Yeah, I
question.
think so.
Yeah.
When you guys cast
The- I
when you
think
do the
you're
cast and
onto
it
the
comes
Ashlar.
around a
The
column like
Moffett,
that,
lower right.
do you guys do
That-
it so that
yeah.
it looks like it is a block? They can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have to specify that, or they just do that automatically?
We would want to specify, and we could also include that as part of
Is it Moffett?
Yeah,
Do it like this, yeah.
full square column section.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's not, so it doesn't look like one is here and the other one,
me, it
it's
Make it
this
look like
wide.
Added to
I like
it.
that.
Maybe it was.
Yeah,
What does that one look the most like?
That looks good.
Yeah.
So what are we talking
Probably
about
the-
here?
I don't like
Ashlar.
rustic,
Yeah, I think the Ashlar, right?
Because it's got that up and down. So does that, that looks good though.
yeah.
Oh, that looks good. I don't know, maybe it's-
I actually like your drawing the best. How we can,
Is that,
that.
that's close to your ashlar, right? Kind of that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's straightforward. It's not trying to look
Yeah.
like an antique bridge.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so just
mean,
take
I
the
don't
ashlar and add a subtle color
Yeah, some-
variation to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the
It's
color.
more subtle than the.
I like that, I like the pattern of that. I don't like this mottled color.
Not the color though.
Maybe this one's too rustic.
Let's settle on stuff.
This one?
Okay, so
Either Bear Path or Ashlar?
I think, yeah, I think the ashlar. Are you guys good with ashlar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Trouble.
This one
Okay.
seems to look more
So I think we're
rustic.
saying ashlar?
Okay.
I think it.
I think
Is
it's
that
Because
what, right, not
the
to speak
shadow-
for the board,
Yeah.
but
And then you-
speaking for the board?
And then you'll like do samples of the color and all that, right?
Yeah.
Did you say it's gonna be one continuous pour? Or not one, but I mean, the cap would be poured
I believe so,
with
yeah.
it, so whatever color
You wanna give
the
them
stonework is, the cap is the same color?
Yeah,
So what they do is, there's like a base color,
Chicken
and then
scratch.
they go back and stain to get all those individual colors. So we could,
Okay,
like
I like your lantern.
the cap and the wall itself could, at the end of the day, could be two different colors.
okay, that's
no,
fine
look at
then.
that chair.
There's a little dye in the
That's
concrete
cool.
to get
Yeah.
base layer.
Yeah.
I think that'll look really nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
Do they like paint the dye on afterwards, or is it in the form?
No, they do it by hand.
Yeah,
It's
so-
stained.
So after the.
oh, they stain it, yeah, so they can get individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead
Yeah.
of just like an admixture that colors it,
Yeah.
like a bowmanite,
The first one I ever saw like that is on Sheridan Road in Lake Forest.
yeah.
And I drove by that one tonight, and the color has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Now it's just all dirt.
Yeah, that happens too.
What is the dimension of the posts of the fence? Is it fairly substantial? Because that's a lot of fence. Like, is it gonna be, at least that will kind of break it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be like a three inch
3 by
square,
3?
yeah.
Dimension of the wall.
just
3
the
by 3,
vertical,
the
yeah.
post. And then
What's
it'll
the-
have like a little cap with a finial?
Yeah, yeah. And are you okay with the kind of, like the spike, like the prong ends?
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
so let's make sure we're all on the same page and that Ken's got the right information.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're all okay with the spikes on the top.
Yes,
Yes,
We're all okay with the aster pattern?
yep.
yep.
Yes.
How do you get the electricity to it for the lights?
You run conduit through the concrete, and then, so all that gets formed up
Yeah.
before the pour, so there'll be conduit that goes through,
That's
into
okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't mounting the conduit on the outside.
Yeah. And are we're not doing gas, right? This is
I
all,
don't think that's gonna be feasible.
okay, great, just,
Or,
yeah.
The village will
Safety
not
fee.
allow you to do gas lights.
I'm sure that's true
There's no
too.
mantles left.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, it's too bad, but,
Okay, so we're okay with the fence, we're okay with the piers, we're okay with the cap not running through, we're okay with the, well, what else, with the secondary column at the end? with-
I think what we probably need to do is establish where that is in relationship to the tall one. Like, is
Okay.
it 8 feet away? Is it
Well, how big is it? If the,
I think you would maybe just split the difference, right? Just maybe at the halfway point?
probably not quite the halfway point, maybe something a little less, or,
Yeah, so like a 3/5?
yeah, something that's not,
Yeah, not half,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
With the height?
Yeah, like this height versus this.
shortest.
6 feet to 10 feet.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
140,
yeah,
so it's like so 6 feet.
5, right?
yeah.
Because you want the lantern a little bit higher.
It was in,
Yeah.
that's in here.
Wait, it's not 10 feet though, it's 11 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
well,
7?
it's,
33,
yeah.
I think he said it
but
was
there's,
11.
it's,
But it's at least 33,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that wall is at least 33 feet past the fence. That's, because they're all different dimensions, because the bridge is skewed. But when you talk about where to put that secondary column, you've got 33 feet between 10 feet tall and the guardrail, the end of the concrete wall.
Right.
So that's the space you have
I have
to.
a question. Is the column 10 feet or 11 feet?
The column
approach him
is
without
11 feet. The
asking the
fence is
judge.
10 feet, so then
Right.
plus the kind of extra and the cap.
Okay.
the cap is what, 4 inches?
6 inch.
How big?
So can
6 inch
you,
cap.
6?
Yeah.
So
Like,
this
how
dimension
close?
here is 33 feet. I think this one's a little longer.
but can we establish like this is 8 feet away, you know, something like that?
I would say, yeah, since these are spaced at 8 feet.
Yeah, I
like
think you just want to be one,
Sure.
one thing, right? So that's 8, and it just kind of goes out. And then I think what we're saying is the lanterns are
Guess
on
you
the
can't
short
get it
one
over
and
that.
not on the, is there an issue with the lantern being lower?
That's outside the,
There could be.
Oh, I see.
You know, because of the ball.
Finial, yeah.
Right.
If we could, I'll double check
Yeah.
with the bridge folk, but if we can make that work, then we would
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it settled?
Well, what we're saying, not that, is that first, that shorter post is gonna be 8, it's like one section.
So it's one
8
section of
feet,
the
yeah,
fence,
one
yeah.
section of the fence, yeah.
Between-
And that's
between
gonna,
the hole
right,
is 8
between,
feet.
yeah, and then it's gonna
All right. that's
arch
good.
up,
6 feet.
I don't,
So
what else do you need? Is
when
that
you're,
it?
when you're looking at that shorter post,
yeah.
from like sidewalk level to the top of it, we're saying like 6 feet or so.
Yeah, because we're at almost 11 at the other one, right? Yeah, so we're gonna be a little bit shorter than half, which is nice. Does that sound right for everybody? Okay.
Yeah, and are we gonna have the lantern on the short post then?
We're checking, he's
Yeah.
checking.
If we can do that, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But I just want to double check with the bridge folks, just,
Okay.
I don't want to speak out of turn. But if we could do that, we'll do that.
And then, can we do the light strip? Gonna try that?
I believe so, yeah. So we'll
Anybody think that's a good idea?
I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm afraid what's gonna happen is just gonna highlight the top of the stone and not get past.
Highlight the top of the stone wall. You can highlight the wall and the sidewalk.
Well, I'm saying like, as it come, you know, as the stone comes out, it may not be, is it supposed to wash the walk or just that effect?
Well, just kind of glow against the wall.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's pitch dark. It's
Yeah.
140 feet of pitch dark.
yeah.
What about,
Depends on the light. I mean, you gotta be careful not to make it look like a disco, like where you can see all the dots and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's,
Well, it would be tucked in.
It's gotta
Yeah.
change colors too, right?
What's that?
It's gotta change colors too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
it can do anything.
Christmas, strobe.
How far does the edge of the cap stick out in front of the face of the stone?
For the cap, we can do like 1.5 inches.
That's interesting.
Enough room.
What about what Scott was saying, instead of the continuous light, if you did little downlights mounted that wash down? You know what I mean, every so
That's pretty
often,
hard
or
to
maybe
You gotta get-
under each.
Yeah, the
Those have to be poured
stoplights,
into
yeah,
the
that's a
ground.
lot of,
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't, I don't think you could get that in the stone.
yeah.
we'd have to pour it in, or can they mount it on it?
No,
That
because
will-
that,
It'll come off.
that would be, I think
Oh,
that's,
yeah, then it-
that's a
someone
bad,
would hit
and
it, right?
it's on a rough stone, that'd be a night, yeah, that's not.
You'd have to do a little recess or something in the stone.
Have you done anything like that where you have a light?
Not to this extent.
Yeah.
This is pretty long. I mean, you see it, you know, under like stair treads and
For
that
sure.
sort of thing.
Yeah,
but,
right,
like,
but you haven't done it on a bridge like this,
no, not to this extent.
yeah.
It would be maintainable in some way.
We can make it maintainable. That's good. Let me check too. This may be something for the bridge folk, just to double check too,
Yeah.
like if there is, just so we're not doing something that causes a safety issue or
Right.
something like that too. But I think we can incorporate it potentially, but we just kind of double check, to make sure that it's feasible as well.
So if it's feasible, how many people want the light strip? Was there anyone who didn't want the light strip? Anyone?
We have to find the right strip.
Yeah.
There's no other lighting other than that for the sidewalk, is that correct?
There's no lights over the tracks, there's no lights
Yeah.
from one bridge, one light to the other.
So,
But the lanterns will light up the,
Well, we're only having one on each side,
There's no light now.
yeah.
how many feet apart is it? 150 feet?
Yeah, it's big, it's way more than what it is now.
140.
Back to
Yeah.
the piers.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason you could argue to have it is that it would provide some illumination. My fear is that it's, you know, the color rendering is gonna be awful and it'll look bad.
Yeah,
You know, that's the concern. So you want the color rendering to be such, you know, that it's the same as the lantern and it's soft and
Well, it
it's,
has to be like 2,700,
yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they make it,
No,
now
I
you
get
can
it,
dial
just-
it in,
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
so that would be the concern.
yeah,
If it's a bright blue, white, blue light, it's gonna be awful.
Yeah,
yeah,
it opens up
No 4,000,
opportunity for.
no.
yeah.
So the first thing would be to check the safety, if you can do it, and then the second thing is, if you can do it, great. Can we get something that's the right color rendering, and then, you know, the conversation advances, but it may also be a budget consideration too, with everything else that's being added.
Yeah.
They also make like a little brass downlight that just goes into a junction box. So I don't know if you could do like 3 of those or something across the sidewalk that just would downwash the sidewalk.
What was that, Scott?
What's that?
He's asking what you said.
Oh, you can also get like a little brass downlight that just fits into a junction box. So maybe you could do like 3 of them across in between the lanterns.
Yeah,
That just would
Just to
wash
have
the sidewalk.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like landscape lighting almost.
yeah, well, Kirshner makes a lot of night.
Hitchler, yeah,
rods, things, yeah,
Hitchler or
right.
Alliance or, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a number of
I think that's what I was trying to say, but I didn't know what I was talking about.
them. What's
I
that?
think that I was trying to say, but I didn't know what I was talking about.
All right, so we're gonna kind of leave that a little bit up in the air.
Is that okay? Is that
Can we do that?
Is that okay to not have that for your Monday? Or no?
No, I think this is good information. We'll
Okay.
bring it to the board to see if they think it's all right. I think, you know, then we'll have to cut these guys loose, do some actual real design.
Yeah.
And then maybe show you the product of their work later in the summer before we go out to bid.
Okay, do we have to vote on this to make it official? And then go on to the?
Oh.
I think we do.
Yeah.
so that there's no ambiguity. Let's not have the board
Yeah,
change
that's
things and
probably
all of a
best.
sudden the schedule goes all to hell.
Recommend, yeah.
You want me to try?
Huh?
You want me to try?
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, let's do that.
Matt.
Do it.
Drew just reminded me that, you know, when we talked about other pathway lighting, I think, Bob, what you're saying, the continuous strip, that people do feel less safe if it's light and then dark and then light and then dark.
Yeah,
So
it's interesting.
full on the spacing, just to make sure that
Yeah, it's interesting.
there's no,
Yep,
people think somebody's hiding in the dark.
Yeah.
If you space your lights out too far.
that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The globes are gonna be functional,
Globes would be very soft and dim.
but functional.
That's
I
the
assume
plan, right?
gas. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Just have continuous flame.
Higher lamplighter. At night and,
Okay, so
So should we try?
let's try something.
Okay, so we're recommending to the board.
Yes.
Right, that we start with alternative one with the following amendments, that we will add secondary posts 8 feet apart from the beginning columns. Those will have electric lights on top, lanterns on top of those. That in between those would be an arched fence that transitions from the 6-foot to the 11-foot column. That the formwork will use the ashlar pattern with color to be determined after some samples mocked up to be approved at a later date.
Iron is black.
And the iron is black.
And the wall cap
And
would stop.
the wall, yeah, and the wall, and that the columns are continuous from the base to the top, so that the caps stop between the columns. And that the columns have a 1/2-inch reveal. And that the board is looking at alternative path lighting based upon bridge restrictions and other aesthetic concerns.
I mean, even if we only end up with the double lanterns, it's more lit than it is now,
Yeah.
so.
Yep. Did I miss anything? Oh, with the historic bridge number and plaque, we would like to add the little Celtic symbol.
And do you want it on the new shorter column, preceding column to this, as opposed to that? Have it on the lower column?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if that, where would you like to,
Oh, yeah.
because the plaque was gonna be on the outside, right? Like, not on the interior face? Yeah,
Now you have the fence that would,
yeah, so maybe it's, so then it's either on the beginning, the 6-foot one, right? Yeah.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, and then the plaque will be facing, so is the plaque on all 4 ends?
Just one.
And do we know where we want to put that? Is there rationality to it?
It's, that number is on the northwest corner.
Okay, so we'll
now,
follow
so
the existing
follow that.
location, okay.
Add 6 feet.
Two of them, like if you're headed northbound or southbound on either headway?
Yeah,
Is this wall?
One of these times?
There's only one
Yeah.
now, right?
yeah, plaque,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
historic number's only on the one location now.
yeah, so,
Just on the
yeah,
side.
all right, so you're only going 3 feet above. Yeah. We're thinking maybe that shorter column should be a little bit taller than 6, just if we're already at 3.5 feet, so maybe it's 7 feet, maybe it just doubles the height of that wall.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe it needs to be
You-
drawn in
you-
elevation, so you can really see.
Yeah. I think that might be amended.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Yeah,
That's gonna
Use
be
your
the plaque that's gonna be removed.
Somewhere in
from the
there
bridge.
Proportional.
where it looks
Yeah.
nice,
Yes.
yeah.
you know what to
It's gonna
do.
be the plaque that's being removed from the bridge.
I'm sorry?
It's gonna be the actual plaque
Or new plaque?
The number.
that's on there. Can you get
The
that off?
number would be what's there now. The plaque would be a new plaque. I'm
Okay.
talking about the overall history of
Yeah.
the bridge. There is a plaque that's on there now,
Yeah.
that's kind of on the side, but I think that's talking about when the bridge was reconstructed in
Oh,
'88
okay.
or whatever, so it's not as
Yeah,
relevant.
and I do like the idea that the plaque's on the inside and not, should be facing
Yeah,
you,
so you guys-
the street,
Yeah, right,
not perpendicular.
Right, because otherwise people won't notice it.
They'll be doing that. Yeah. Okay.
We should have a drinking fountain in one of these posts.
Should have.
Okay, anything else on this? I think we got it.
We got enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something about the, you were saying about the boxes where the posts are
Yeah,
coming down?
however they are able to do that, to minimize that. They
Yeah.
can't eliminate it.
Right, but you were saying something about recessing them? Is what-
He can't recess
He
them
can't
in.
recess them.
Yeah,
Okay, so just minimize it as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Okay, so that covers everything, I think.
One last question,
Yeah.
and this, that has not been talked about, is the idea of the pathway being just straight cement, or is it exposed to aggregate, or is it something? I think all the drawings and all the contemplation thus far has been just straight cement like all the other walks.
yeah.
The village dabbled with varying degrees of exposed aggregate in block one, didn't work out great.
Yeah, no,
I think just a regular sidewalk.
yeah,
All right, just clarify, thank you.
yeah, no, I think that's good.
Okay, so we have a description of what was going to be recommended to the village board.
Yeah.
And everybody agrees, so let's vote.
Did someone want a second?
Oh, that's,
Okay, second. Okay,
all right. Roll call.
okay.
Where'd you go?
Member Dolman,
Aye.
Member Deegan,
Aye.
Member Kerouac,
Aye.
Member Stradiff,
Aye.
Member Wicks,
Aye.
and Chair Hunter.
Aye,
Okay, motion passes.
okay. How about that?
Got a bridge.
Now,
Okay,
let's
got
go on to
that.
the other piece.
Yeah.
Only took 7 years.
Roadside exhibit.
Oh, you didn't even recommend the lantern. Oh, wow.
It's with Scott Slanter, right?
Yeah.
That's what we meant.
Yeah, I think I said
All
that
right, you
with
said-
Scott
okay.
Slater. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, for the roadside exhibit, as you can see, this is the location we discussed last week at 176 in Green Bay Road, at the intersection of the bike paths there. Go to the next slide. So the elements that make up this roadside exhibit are kind of taking cues from the bike kind of rest station that's on Sheridan, similar elements with the circular bench and the bike racks and the repair station, and then incorporating the historic bridge outrigger as part of that, to kind of create a feature element at that intersection point. You go to the next slide. So went out there on Sunday and tried to get some vantage points of where, what you'd be able to see from various locations. This is looking from Green Bay Road. It's kind of off in the distance, but you get a sense that there's something there if you're walking on the sidewalk or driving by there. I did drive by on 176 coming in here, and I didn't get a photo of it, but you would be able to see at least the top portion of that, with the height of the outrigger and where that is in relation to the roadway. You would be able to see, if you're going eastbound looking to the south, you'd be able to see it from there as well, especially in the wintertime, it'd stand out more. If you go to the next slide. This is just another kind of perspective as going down the bike path. You could see on the top left there, that's the trolley lines there too. So it is kind of a nice correlation between the two elements there. The next slide. It's a rendering, showing what this might look like. Put the outrigger on a pedestal just to give it some additional height, and then that would allow it to mount the plaque, talking about the history of transportation in Lake Bluff, that you'd be able to mount it on the inside where the surface is. And that surface treatment, it could be concrete, it could be asphalt, it could be like gravel, like with a binder, and then just keep it a little bit, less of a solid type of material as well. So that's open for discussion as well. And then we've got planting around that pedestal, just kind of as a buffer from keep the historic piece off of the bike path, but then having that planting just as a visual buffer from the bike path. And go to the next slide. Just another vantage point. So you've got the plaque there at the base of the pedestal. and then the seating and all the other elements there. So we'd have to look at the grading a little bit closer because there's a little bit of a slope in that location, but you know, just to level out that area. But it's level enough as it is now where it conceivably could work in that location with, you know, we're not talking about having to put in retaining walls and that sort of thing, but just kind of a little bit of a regrading without having to touch the bike path, you know, adjusting that at all. So I believe that's it for that. Any thoughts, questions on this component?
Is one of these things that far away from the bridge going to satisfy HPC?
I mean, that's what we discussed on last week, and it was, the consensus was like, let's give it a shot, so
I think what he said was if this board recommends it, that he thought it was, be well received by the state. That would carry a lot of weight.
Okay. What do you think, folks? Sue?
I really like it. I like the shape. I like where it's placed. I think placing it on the bike path, I think, was a really inspired solution to our issue, because I think that if we want to convey information about what this monument is, people who are walking or riding their bikes are more likely, I think, to actually read it while they're sitting there or while they're walking by slowly. And I think I like it a lot. I like the fact that you put it on a pedestal. I like the fact that even the flagstone could be the same as the bridge. It kind of refers back to that, new and old. I think it's great.
Scott?
Yeah, I agree. I love it. I think it's a great solution. I have no other comments.
My only comments, are the bike racks there just so that we are just nailing the idea that this is transportation? Or is that just a function of trying to help out people that have bikes?
I think it's both. I think it's,
Lake Bluff, people don't use bike racks. They don't, there's.
The kids don't.
Kids don't, there's just bikes flying everywhere. I don't know
Nice
if
idea.
it takes away from it or adds, I like the
If you're
gesture.
riding your bike and you want to,
I don't ride, I don't
Rest.
walk, I
But
don't.
you know,
I-
there's
well, I'm
a whole
suggesting
bunch of
that-
people that take their life in their hands and walk that thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
we could look at, I mean, these are pretty utilitarian,
Yeah.
like type bike. We could look at some that is a bit more decorative that maybe, yes, sculptural
yeah,
that matches.
I just don't, on its own, I just don't, when you see like a monument, it's just, to have bike racks next to it, it takes a little, in one sense, to me, it takes a little bit away from it. But I truly appreciate why it's there. I'm just want to make sure that the reason it's there is a good reason, that's all. I don't ride my bike there, so I don't have any,
We might take away the repair station, because we have another one,
okay.
whatever it is, a half
I don't even
mile
know what a
away.
repair station, I mean, I know the two words, but I don't know what they mean together.
It's a bunch of little Allen wrenches tied to a post.
What do they do?
A bunch of little Allen wrenches on a post. The one we have here, we had problems with the air pump would break, so people would go to put air in their tire and let the air out of their tire.
Oh, no.
So maybe I would be fine with not having one here that would cause another
Yeah.
maintenance issue like that. The bike rack is optional, like I said,
Well,
just want to take out.
I know the people who ride, like, ride, rather than just like, I ride where I'm looking around, real bike riders, their bikes don't have kickstands, so maybe it's not such a bad
I
thing.
guess my issue would be if you're looking at it like just as a piece of architecture, like that point is very important, right? And we just have two bike racks there. Maybe if we had to do the bike racks, maybe they're not so prominent in their composition.
What if you took a piece of, I'll say that just kind of fence
Yeah,
with, what are they, 6-inch spacing? No, they're 4 or something.
The,
Well, if
in
somebody-
between the bike racks.
If you just said, I'm gonna make like the old-fashioned bike rack and just kind of put it on the edge of the circle, so maybe 2 or 3 bikes
yeah.
could get in there, but it's not obvious that it's a bike rack.
Yeah.
Nobody has a kickstand on their bike anymore.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
the kids throw them on the ground.
They just throw 'em on the ground,
But
yeah.
real people don't.
Yeah. I just feel that it has too much of an importance in this location. for me, and that. I mean, if it could be behind something, but again, it's a very minor point. I don't always mean to bring up minor points, but that's my minor point.
Minor point of
Anybody else?
So you would prefer just the bench and the
No bike rack.
monument?
Yeah, I mean, because that's what you would have in a, you know, if you're doing a memorial, that's what, you wouldn't have bike racks. I mean, I don't know, maybe you would. It's such a non-issue.
Can you just put the bike racks up in the grass just a little bit
Yeah, that's what I'm
before the
saying, even
bench?
if we do a little pad behind the benches or something, just so
It's
it's,
not part of the monument,
Yeah,
but they're
it's
still
kind of-
there for people to
yeah,
use.
right, even if it could
Something
even be
there.
on like a secondary material.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just so it's not,
Yeah, I like-
That.
that sort of solves it, like
It-
it's there, but it's not part of the
yeah, it just
whole-
seems very,
I don't even know that we need bike racks there.
I'm with you.
They,
just
nobody's
leave 'em up
gonna,
against the
you put a
bench.
bike rack where you can lock it up and leave it while you
Yeah.
go into the restaurant.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna leave their bike here.
But,
Well, if you-
but we're,
Stop to sit in the chair or maybe fix their bike.
Yeah, the minute they stop, they're gonna lean it against the monument.
that's true too.
Oh, they've all got,
I mean, that's what they're
they've all
gonna
got
do.
Yeah.
kickstands on their
So,
bike.
so just put it, just,
No kickstand.
just in the
You could
grass.
put it in the grass.
Yeah,
And
Fine.
you're fine.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't,
yeah.
you know,
That's
detract at all from the monument.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they'll
I'd
still
like-
lean it against the monument. So there you have it.
Yeah. If I ever start riding my bike, I'm not gonna lean against that.
I'd like to,
But I'm sure my bike has a kickstand. I have that old.
Well, if they
you
leave it
had
on the
three
monument,
options
maybe
for the
they'll read
pad.
it.
It was either concrete, asphalt, or gravel.
Do it
I
gravel.
think I'd prefer
We're gonna
concrete.
climb the monument
Well,
and hang off the.
I don't know. What's the safety station up here? Is that gravel? I don't remember. Or is it paved?
Concrete.
I'd probably want to do it a different material than the path, the
Yeah,
asphalt path,
right.
because you
Yeah,
don't want
for
somebody
sure.
just riding the bike, or cutting the corner around there. So whatever treatment it is would probably be different than the path, which would eliminate asphalt.
Concrete, I don't mind it.
What would be on the plaque itself? For instance, would there be a photograph of the old bridge?
Or drawing.
I think, well, part of that memorandum of agreement is that it's talking about the history of transportation in Lake Bluff, which includes the bridge, but there's also this transportation, railroad, and you know, that sort of thing. So I think it's an opportunity to talk about, you know, past transportation, railroad, trolley, that sort of thing, roadways, and then also, you know, current transportation modes, biking, that sort of thing. So I think it's
How
TBD
far
at this
away
point,
is-
but it could, you know, I think there'd be the historic bridge component, and then also the, you know, something about transportation history.
How
in
far
general.
away is the North Shore Tower from here? I know you can see it, but,
The one that was in the photo,
yeah.
Yeah, I could go to,
Here's that site
go
plan.
to Google.
Because it'd be nice to make reference that there was a whole railroad system that went right through that bike path.
Well, you know, we've got the old towers that are still left from the
That's what I'm
North Shore.
talking
That's what
about,
he's
yeah.
talking, yeah.
People are gonna confuse this with those.
No.
No,
Which
I
is
don't think
okay,
so.
unless there's something on the plaque that specifically shows it came from the bridge.
it's probably about 80 feet or so.
Okay, so it's kind of part of the scenery.
Yeah.
What do we need to decide? Going to move the bike rack back into the grass
Or eliminate them?
or eliminate them?
Fine either way.
We'll be within the budget if we get rid of them. Did we do the granite chips in, as an exposed aggregate? It's a little piece. Not even a half a truckload.
As part of the concrete
Yeah.
treatment,
Yeah.
it's,
Are you saying the pathway mix, just like the gravel, or actually part of the concrete?
Well, you know, the chip, well, not the stuff from Maine, but the little granite chips that you can get at Lurvy's is part of the mix of the little bit of a concrete for that pad, so that it's different, but it's not just plain old concrete.
almost like an exposed aggregate. They can do it where they they pour the concrete
And
and then
then they
it's.
put it on there, yeah.
Then they
Doesn't always
basically
stay there.
toss it on top of it.
I'm just asking the question. Something, make it a little nicer. This shouldn't be that
Now we're
hard.
talking about the material that's at the Glen Avenue footbridge, that small stone, that, is
Yeah,
it
but-
crushed granite?
That stuff was some special stuff from Maine or something.
It is, but we were talking,
Wausau, actually.
Yeah, I'm just.
says the
talking-
guy from Wisconsin. The rub with that is we were talking about from a safety, people on bikes coming up and like sliding or something, the idea of having,
That, but Hardy,
yeah, good scratch, right?
Okay.
So the idea, that's why we're, the concrete or some exposed aggregate or something.
polished concrete.
Probably gonna be stocking some of that, cause it's gonna go over by the dancer sculpture too, by the train station and Glen Avenue. So we
if you
may
like
have a regular supply of that on hand, if that's the way you wanna go. We just wanna use the same color as the other places, so Jake doesn't have all the different
Yeah,
colors. and
okay.
stuff.
So what is that? That's just red granite?
It's not
Crushed-
red,
crushed red
if you've
granite.
gone over the Glen Avenue footbridge, it's kind of a pewter
Oh, okay,
granite, I think it is.
okay.
The one we're doing, it's named Cajun Spice, so I don't know how they name these things, but, that's, yeah. Sprinkle it on your burrito or something, but it's, but they have 30 different colors of crushed granite.
But I think Drew brings up a point, because he's a bike rider. If you fall,
Well, or if you just start kicking it out into the bike path, I mean, that's annoying too.
yeah. So maybe just concrete?
Yeah, I just think you're going to do a concrete.
Have we settled everything on that?
Is that just the, in the one perspective, just so I'm clear, the one that has this, is this the informational podium?
No. it's
Or
on
is that the,
That was
Repair
the
station.
It's on the
bike repair station.
that's your bike, that's a big, okay, so that's gone.
And the bike.
So the
rack's
whole thing's gone, yeah, so it's all, that's just all. I'm wondering if we want to add more landscape?
Well, yeah, if you take the bike rack away, I think I would add a little more, a little bigger, a little different shape or
You know,
something, you know what I mean?
Sue, you got pictures of the bridge from days of yore, right? That now, you know, they can do plaques by, I don't know how they do it.
Photographs.
Where they engrave it, you know.
Yeah, it's cool.
Photographically, and
Right,
that'd be cool,
yeah.
Yeah,
to have a picture of, say, this is what this thing looked like. when
Right,
it was
yeah.
part of the
And
bridge.
where it was.
yeah,
in
even
the-
if you highlight that guy itself,
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
yeah.
Is that tuna fish, or is that,
I know that's a,
Yeah, I like this. I think this would soften it a little bit, like if you didn't do any more landscaping. But it is a little bit of a maintenance,
yeah.
It just looks great in the sample because it has a stabilizer that glues it together when it gets wet. So
Yeah.
that's why
I like it.
Yeah,
the picture looks different.
or is that the chips?
Looks like
Yeah.
birdseed.
You can open it up.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
But so it becomes just almost a solid surface, right? Once you, or kind
Less
of,
solid than we would like because it still washes out.
okay,
Is it
But
gonna
it-
wash away in this location? Because this.
Here it'd be,
Sorry.
I think it's flatter here than it is. We have washout problems on the Glen footbridge on the north
Yeah.
side of the bridge because there is a decent slope and water runs through it. Here, we have a little more control because we can make it flatter. I don't know, and that's one note I made right at the start here, is how the water drains out of where the paths come together. I don't think there's a little stream that runs right through here, but I'd have to go check
yeah.
how that water comes out because I know that water does go west.
So that reminds me, where is the sewer going? Because you said the other, not there.
I mean, the sewer ends at the viaduct, and then it goes off into the West Terrace neighborhood. But Green Bay Road is the high point of the village, so nothing with that large sewer project or plan goes anywhere west of Green Bay Road. It all takes drainage to the lake from everywhere at Green Bay Road to the
Okay.
east.
So nothing's gonna be disturbed all the way down to Mariani's.
Not for that project.
Okay.
There are water mains in there, I mean, there's other stuff we have in there and other sanitary sewers, but nothing, I don't think flows right underneath.
Okay.
this
We don't want to
junction.
build something and then have
Oh,
somebody come along and
Closer to
take it up.
176.
Yeah.
Would you need to put some kind of edging between that and the landscaping, or is that, if we use that Cajun mix?
Probably.
Like a little metal or just a plastic?
We'd have to think about something that would not trip anybody.
Yeah,
or
that's the,
That would
yeah.
put a little thought into that.
Yeah.
But it can be done.
And if we took away all that bike stuff, could we, maybe there's softening that guitar pick shape with maybe a little more landscaping somewhere?
Another kind of
The
circle.
trouble-
Yeah, just something.
The trouble with landscaping is it's got to be on its own.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be whatever's there is low maintenance.
Unless the gardeners happen to be going by
Yeah.
with their equipment.
I mean, even it's just, whatever natural,
Grassy.
yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of nice to have a little thing to it.
It would keep people from cutting over it, too.
Yeah, because you're just gonna do that.
Spikes.
I was
Yeah.
almost gonna say maybe a tree or something, but that might block
Yeah.
the view. I don't know, like people, because, yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
It's been like, almost like a mirror of what's shown here is green on the other side. maybe
Yeah, I
it's
just do a
smaller.
little
Like we're
thing like
kinda
that.
drawing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of make it so it feels more like it's a intersection of 3 points instead of,
I think there's a yield sign there.
is there?
Yeah, it's in the picture. I didn't know that. I've never been down there.
No, I've never been down there. Seems dangerous.
It's an official meeting, you know that? It's fun. Okay, are we settled on anything here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could leave some stuff up to Ken's discretion. He's doing pretty fine on his own.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay. Do we need to vote on this? Do we have a description of it?
Who decides what gets put on the plaque? Is there a
Plaque committee?
Not
plaque
us.
committee?
Don't even
Not
get
us,
there.
okay.
Would it be the history museum people?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Have Adrian Fawcett do it, something like that.
I don't know either.
I assume we just submit something to ship out with the language of the plaque.
Yeah, it should be somebody who's
No.
smart.
There's no lighting down there at all, other than
I
under
mean,
the
you
tunnel.
have
is
to
there?
like refer to the bridge and maybe put
I don't
a
wanna
picture
bring
of
that
the
up.
bridge.
Yeah,
Because otherwise people aren't gonna
Feel like,
understand
what the
what
heck
that
is
is.
that? Yeah, I
There's gonna
agree.
be a hanging now on Thursday.
Do we need to add anything?
Like,
Hey, guys, let's put this one away,
okay.
okay? We need to describe it.
You wanna do it again?
You want me to just do it again? I recommend that we recommend, I guess we recommend to the board, the roadside exhibit as submitted with the following alterations. That we, if possible, remove the bike rack and bike maintenance repair kit. And that we use
Where is that stuff?
are we using the Cajun
Spice.
spice
Cal-
from Kafka granite pathway mix with some type of border between the pathway mix and any landscaping. And that we provide a secondary landscape area within this exhibit location, mirroring the one that surrounds the pedestal and bridge component.
Did you just say remove the bike rack or relocate it to behind the?
We relocate it behind to a secondary space behind the exhibit area. Thank you for clarifying that.
Or eliminate it, right? Is that
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we can, if it's, do we need, what do we feel about the bike racks? Useful, useless?
Yeah, I'd rather not have it.
Yeah.
Do people use the ones that we have now in the other areas, the racks? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't usually see people sitting on those benches or.
I know, yeah. I know.
I think you really need some place that you're gonna go, like go into a business or something to make it useful. If you're just gonna sit there and look at the monument,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay to
Lean
lean
your
your bike on
bike,
the
yeah.
ground
Yeah,
or
I
in
think
the
people
back
are
of
just-
the bench or
Yeah.
whatever.
So
I would
maybe
say
we
get rid
just
of it.
eliminate it.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you put it in the grass, you gotta
The
go
little,
around.
Kinda
the little
weird,
bike
yeah.
rack thing at Target.
Yeah.
with the- I see like 30 bikes there sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, the guys, the clubs, you know,
Oh, yeah, sure.
they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Was that enough information?
Yeah, is that
Okay.
enough information, Ken?
Second.
You said no bike rack.
Yeah, if we can, yeah, I mean, if that's not part of.
They
what-
don't care if we.
They don't care,
I
yeah,
don't
then
think.
I would eliminate, I don't see it. I would just.
Okay,
Okay, so
So,
ready for a
let's,
roll call vote?
let's
Yeah.
did you make a motion? Who seconded it?
Scott
Second.
seconded
Okay, yeah, roll call.
it. Okay, Member Dolan,
Aye.
Member Deegan,
Aye.
Member Caraway.
Aye.
Member Strader,
Aye.
Member Wicks.
Aye.
And Chair Hunter.
All right,
Motion passes.
okay. All right, before we're done, I gotta say that we did something the other night that was really cool. We started off with a bunch of parts that didn't fit, with the notion, at least I did, of how to put it together. We all had different ideas. But in the mayhem, we came up with a solution. And, I mean, it was great. It was, I think everybody enjoyed it, and it was productive. And I said at the beginning, there's no bad ideas. You know, when somebody says, let's make it out of jelly, that means, hey, we can make it out of something other than what it is. Anyway, so I just want to thank everybody on this board and you guys out there, you the rest, you and the rest of your team, because it was a way to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it for me. What else? We got anything else to say?
Nope, nothing else.
We're done?
Yep, we are.
Okay, good. Somebody,
I move to adjourn.
all right, that works.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great.
Meeting's adjourned.
Mike, should we keep this one that we didn't do today? Should we keep these papers, or is it gonna be all different?
It'll be all different. We'll
Okay.